Gestures and body language.
Videos that will make you master speaking and grow your personal brand.
As a speaker, you know that the messages your words convey can be helped or hurt by the message your body sends to be truly successful. In communication, you must be in command of your hand gestures, posture, facial expressions, and overall body language. Today, I'm going to share some of these great tips that will help you master your movements. So let's begin. Tugging at your clothes. You'd be surprised how nervous tics and inconsistent body language can distract an audience. Gestures that are not coordinated with the speaker's message will set the speaker's energy and shift the energy. The audience's focus away from the intended message. Worse, you'd be surprised how nervous tics and inconsistent body language can distract an audience. Gestures that are not coordinated with the speaker's message will set the speaker's energy and shift the entire focus. The audience will lose focus from the intended message if your gestures are not matching your message. It can cause an audience to laugh or even leave if they find mannerisms difficult to watch. So let's talk about planning and practice. The more you rehearse your speech, the better idea you'll have for what gestures can help emphasize a point. When I'm talking about coming from the heart, if I put my hand over my heart, I have emphasized and used the power of gestures to bring home a point. The more you rehearse your speech, the better idea you'll have in order to use the right gesture to match your verbal description. Descriptive gesture conveys the message of size while supporting the metaphor of a tiny baby bird that requires gentleness. Knowing that you're going to perform this gesture at a targeted moment in your speech will guide you as you prepare. Emphatic gestures. They show strong emotion about something such as a clenched fist, shows anger or determination. The next type of gesture is suggestive gestures. Help you convey ideas and emotions like shrugging your shoulders, might suggest some irony. Prompting gestures are a good way to ask your audience to participate. What do you think? I'm leaning my hand in, asking, not palm down. Let me make a couple distinctions here. This is the friendliest gesture. They've done the scientific studies, which I enjoy. Open hand is the most inviting. This is less inviting. This is terrible because people feel you're putting something on top of them. Understand the differences when you use gestures. And if you catch yourself repeating the same motion too many times, that's nerves talking, not you and your movement that is probably excessive and expressive to use in your speech. Think of gestures that support the ideas in your talk. A word of caution. Be careful that your gestures are culturally sensitive to your audience. There's an old story about Michael Jackson touching his nose in an African country. Well, that set off a firestorm of negative press. So much so because apparently the country, if you touch your nose, is an insult. So be mindful of your culture, of the culture of where you are speaking. Be careful about this. It's also important to know your audience and then plan your gestures in terms of what they can understand and accept. There's a speaker that was at an event this last weekend. Great content, great slides, good voice, good stage presence, confident, but he had an annoying habit. He walked this way, then he walked this way, he walked this way. He walked this way, back and forth and the same thing. 2 steps forward, 2 steps this way, the entire time he presented for 2 hours. It was hypnotic and not in a good way. Be careful. Make your gestures, and if you need to walk, it's to assert a point, to emphasize a point. Make sure that you are good. Just remember that you'll have trouble making eye contact while walking across the stage, unless you're looking like this and you're catching people. So limit the number of times you walk. I say move with purpose. So when you arrive at a destination, be sure that you stay there and make eye contact. So if I'm walking to the left, I stand there. Then I look, find some of the audience, connect with her. Then I may move, but just for the sake of pacing back and forth, well, it's annoying. And remember, each move needs to be calculated and with intention. You can perfect this technique with practice, with your planned and rehearsed gestures. Make sure you plan everything. It's all a coordinated performance. We are performers as speakers. We're no different than someone that takes the stage. Remember, professional speakers have the same duty as professional actors. The difference is we should be more practice than actors, because actors can have second takes, third takes, fourth takes while they're in front of a camera. The director might get annoyed, but we don't get second chances on stage. That's all the reason, more reason to be prepared better than our fellow actors who get a chance to go again, unless they're live stage actors. They're in the same pot as we are, but we got to perform first time. There is no second shot. You got to do it right. So practice, rehearse, reflect on what you're doing, embrace gestures that will bring out the best you, so you can be a much more effective communicator and a better speaker. We'll see you in the next video.